So, Volt, how does it? You voted against us, man. You voted against us. What's the thoughts here?
I'm a big fan of the underdog, and it does look like chat will be in favor of Tenacity here. So I'm happy with where I ended up. I'm a one-man army here. I'm going 1-1 here. I'm feeling a lot better. Those 3 minutes went past of your predictions. I'm liking what I see, and yeah, I'm feeling good.
53. Tenacity, he is got some skill up his sleeve. I mean, we saw it against Mittens. We've seen him here in URLC. He's definitely a stellar player, and he's coming in with some, optimism into this matchup, but he knows how Prism plays. I feel Prism will probably come in here pretty confident, whereas Tenacity is going to come in optimistic. And I'm wondering if that confidence might plague Prism versus help him. That's what I'm basing my vote off of.
These intros are fantastic. Here again is, of course, you've just seen Prisms, and now we see Tenacities coming in, and oh man, I pitched this matchup as a toss-up here, and I guess between our commentary disc, Top Gun and Mustache don't see it that way, but I'm perfectly fine with being correct on this one. Again, Prism over there at Torrent Esports really running through this scene and taking this scene by storm, and I would love to see him come out hot here in this series.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We do end at 53% to 47%. Remember, if you guys voted for one of these two players and they win the series, a best of 3 again here in the Grand Champ Division, then you have the opportunity at winning an Amazon gift card that we will draw after this particular series. But Tenacity versus Prism, it's going to be a juggernaut battle, to say the least. I definitely feel it probably will go the distance. You want to see it go the distance since it is a best of 3. You want to see as much Rocket League out of these two players as you can, Volts, but it's going to be tough, and I'm really interested to see who's a little bit more aggressive starting out the series.
Mechanics will be on full display here, Mustache, no doubt about that. Again, we've seen both these players' social medias. We've gotten to see both of these players play before. Prism, of course, in the URLC already, and yeah, this one going to be a high-flying, action-packed series, and we are just moments away. Neo Tokyo, again, is the site of all the URLC action for URLC 3. And, I mean, it's treated us very well so far, Mustache. And I expect nothing less out of this series.
Yep, and so we're having the players take their positions on the pitch. We are going to take our positions in the booth. And let's get game number 1 underway. 5 minutes on the clock. Tenacity versus Prism, and a stalled kickoff to start us off.
Stalled kickoff, Prism possession, and here comes the Mechanics. Tenacity didn't want to give him the room, but this is a favorable bounce for Prism. It just hung up there a little bit too long, and he won't be able to capitalize. Good mid-boost spawn. Tenacity with 0. That's a great flick with 0, and he'll immediately track over to grab corner there. Prism big clearance, and yeah, this is looking exactly how I expected, Mustache.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of a stalemate between the two. You see some aggressiveness come out. Tenacity gonna put that one in because he was chasing down Prism, and I think it works out perfectly. Tenacity first one on the board.
Yeah, Prism just never found the touch. Tenacity is there to capitalize on it, and slotted into that left side of the net. A good start for Tenacity, and see if he can build upon it here. Sometimes all you need in ones is that hot start to really get going. Tenacity, good mechanic here. He'll get a couple bumps on Prism as well. Prism trying to go for corner. Tenacity, though, will place it bottom left, and that's a 2-0 lead.
Oh, and rightfully so. He's just playing devil's advocate. He's, ones, it seems like these players are just able to keep the ball close. That is the mindset. And obviously, it's easier to say from the booth versus out there on the pitch. You have to just try to chase down the ball and don't give your opponent any type of opening opportunity. But there is a way to do so, and off of both posts, unfortunate for Tenacity, he's not able to put that one in. I thought that it was in, and I believe he thought so as well. So he's going to try and go for that flick yet again, maybe bait out Prism. Unfortunate, not able to do so, and so now he's got to go all the way his own half, regain himself, and move on.
Prism is on the back foot here. He's finally able to get some kind of offense going. That's a good touch, but it won't go in. His recovery, not great, but Tenacity, low boost, will not be able to take advantage. Tenacity back on the offensive end. Great 50 from Prism. Prism trying to usher this one along, but it's only off the post and have to regain it midfield. This is where the danger arises, though. Tenacity left him some space. He tried to close the distance. Prism recovered. Ceiling shot turned away by Tenacity, and the defense continuing to prevail will be rewarded with an open net, and it's 3-0 Tenacity.
3-0 Tenacity. Prism doing whatever he can to try to put something on target, but Tenacity's always there to make the defensive play. So he gets this wide open net off of his transition. Good going for him. 3 minutes on the clock, still left to play here in game number 1. I mean, he's definitely averaging a good time frame with his goals as well. So can he get this around? Tenacity is just trying to keep the ball close. Prism finally going to be able to get one through, and now we see a pretty good game on our hands.
Prism finally able to get off that back foot. Mustache, sometimes that's all it takes. Just to get that one into the back of the net is all you need, and we'll see if that's what he needs. So 3-1 is where this one moves. We're still above the halfway point, too. Haven't even played half this contest yet, and Prism, again, off kickoff, has some space, has the boost. Prism reset, incoming, low 50, but it won't quite play here as it's just off, and Tenacity will take possession, despite only having 19 boost.
Prism gonna have to wait, and with Tenacity picking up that corner, he is gonna be able, he is going to get demoed, rather, from Prism. So that aggressiveness might help him out as he's able to kind of get a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, though, Tenacity not able to get that pop out. It hit the roof of his car, and we saw that before in some of our our last one driving game modes where you get that roof hit and you can't get the power to get it out. So Prism back within 1. As we are just now past that halfway point.
Yeah, you could see Tenacity on the replay was having to respect the fact that Prism could go for a bump in that situation. And so when he broke his momentum to prepare to avoid a demo, it really messed him up on the defensive end, and it just led to that one being in the back of the net. There's the big bump that comes through from Prism, but can't quite take advantage just yet. 19 to work with. Tenacity, good 50, and Prism, no boost, stalled at mid. He does not get mid boost. He'll have to go all the way back to the corner, and Tenacity up for this one. Tenacity trying to put it away, but it's turned aside by Prism. Both these players so far have been able to defend the mechanics.
Prism trying to put this one on, and Tenacity had no boost in the tank, but he's going to be able to recover himself. He's got to just get behind the ball, and I believe Prism will be able to get in and make the play on the defensive side, and good for him. He is down 1 goal. He's trying to get that tying goal needed. Just now 90 seconds left on the clock. Prism all the way back to his own corner, gets the boost to regain, and now he goes for the air dribble. He's got 1 touch, goes for the second. Tenacity able to take it away. Boost in the tank for Tenacity. We all know how gas prices are. It's hard to come by. And now Tenacity's just trying to hold on to that possession, not give it out to Prism. You don't want to give it out to that opponent and try to keep it close.
Good little flip reset to usher that one along, and incoming mechanic again. Prism, ceiling, back down. He's going to have to look for a ground pinch here, but Tenacity with a good little pop over will be rewarded with mid, and Prism now just has to play the nuisance role here as he has to make sure he doesn't give Tenacity too much space. That's a good ball. Tenacity hook shot will end up in the back of the net. He's actually able to square himself up to this and got a real good piece of it.
Just picking up a few boost pads was all that he needed. He gets that little touch over Prism. Fennec hitbox not helping him out. Maybe if it was a Merc hitbox, it might have connected. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, good shot from Tenacity, and even better kickoff coming out from Prism to give himself an opportunity. Goes, picks up that corner boost. Tenacity, though, having all the time to make the play. And Tenacity come in. He's got the 2-goal lead. Prism's got control. Tenacity has nothing left in the tank, but had the momentum. And now he's just got to play keep away. He's got the 2-goal lead. 20 seconds left. Just got to hold down the fort. This could be dangerous, though. Tenacity, Prism not going to be able to put that one on target.
Prism had a chance to go for the bump there, and I really thought he was going to go for it. There we go. This one. All right. Chance for a kickoff goal. 4 seconds on the clock. And again, Mustache, we're playing ones here. This is a full possibility of a comeback.
Oh, definitely. You need 3 seconds in time to score if the ball touches the ground. So he's definitely got an extra second to spare. He can bank it off the wall, bank it off the ground. It doesn't matter. This one's going to bounce. 2 seconds left. Prism's got to do something now with the dribble. Just get it over, but it doesn't matter. We'll drop midfield, and Tenacity going to take game number 1.
Good showing from Tenacity there. He showed the defense is going to be a highlight and a focus for him here. He did a great job of defending the mechanics of Prism and rewarded with the game number 1 win despite Prism absolutely dominating the kickoff advantage, Mustache.
Oh, indeed. And I definitely feel like that will be a tool for Prism to try to even up this series. I mean, those kickoffs have been going in his favor. It's the recovery after. How much boost does he have left in the tank? You know, I've always been told you need to have at least 12. So you try to feather, and maybe that last boost pad you pick up right before you go for the challenge on the kickoff. Hopefully you're able to hold some of that boost, if not all of it. Otherwise, you just have to recover the best you can off of that kickoff. And I think Prism will be able to come out and turn it around. I feel like he's really been able to kind of feel Tenacity out, and this scoreline definitely doesn't show enough for what Prism did out there.
A little bit closer than we, again, Prism able to hang on there. Again, if you look at the stats, you might have thought he should be in front of there. But we'll head back down to the pitch for game number 2. Prism now down to his last life here in this best of 3. Tenacity looking to close the door in 2. And again, we talked about how even this was. Scoreline 4-3 game 1. And I don't expect much more than a 2-goal difference in any of these games, especially if we head to a game number 3.
No, I definitely believe that this is going to go down to, the final possession. And there you go, Prism with a great challenge. Going to be able to put this one on target, put the first one on the board for himself, and really build up some momentum.
Yeah, good pop by Prism, and he's able to get back on the receiving end of his own pass. And just like that, goal number 1 secured 9 seconds in. And Mustache, do you think we see another high or another low-scoring game, or do you think we get a high-scoring game?
I definitely feel like it'll be close. I don't see this, snowballing away from either player. Both of them really methodical with their defensive plays and their offensive plays. Prism, he's going to take this one all the way back just to make sure that he's able to hold on to that possession. So he's just got to make sure that he's able to take that away, and gets a nice bump on Tenacity. Goes for the flick, and Tenacity with the fuse flip in the net. Prism up by 2 now, and a good showing for him for the start.
Little 45 flick there. Probably didn't get as much of it as he wanted, but either way, that will play. And so 32 seconds in. Prism, 2-goal lead here, looking to make it 3-0, which would be the biggest lead for either competitor thus far in the series. That shot off near side, but Prism's up. Tenacity was up as well, and he'll find himself right place, right time, turned away, but Prism, mechanics incoming. Prism air dribble, and Tenacity 0 boost to get up to this one.
Prism has definitely flipped whatever switch was needed to get him going in this series, and rightfully so. He's just had all the possession so far in this game, and if he can keep that up, he'll definitely even up the series, and maybe we will get that high-scoring game that you were alluding to, Volts.
Right now on pace to score 15. I don't quite think Prism will do that, but either way, Tenacity will add one back. His air dribble now looking to get the better of Prism here. And Mustache, the mechanics defended well in game number 1, but we've seen a couple mechanical goals here in game number 2 already.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the players are waiting maybe a little bit longer. Obviously, they have to wait. They can't just immediately challenge the ball. Otherwise, it's definitely going to be a goal for the opponent. But sometimes just the methodical plays to come out from both players has been working out in their favor, as they've really been able to time the connection with the ball perfectly, and it's given them the ability to hold on to those possessions Tenacity putting a shot on. Prism not going to be able to connect. He was awkward off that backboard, and Tenacity decreasing that lead by 1.
Tenacity just dumped it bottom left, the bounce shot. He kept it under Prism and put it where he couldn't reach it. And hats off to Tenacity here, down 3-0, now 2 unanswered, has fought his way back into this with some good mechanical plays. Prism, though, off kickoff, wants a big flick, and he got it. It's just a little bit too much. He's not able to turn it back on. Doesn't find a touch here as well, and Tenacity on low boost will at least be able to walk this one back to mid.
Back to mid. Prism was ready for that boost steal, and that just left Tenacity with nothing. He had to go all the way back to his own corner to get that boost pad, and because of it, just gave Prism all the time in the world to make the play. Puts that top shelf, rightfully so. He's got the 2-goal lead back. 3:20 left in regulation. This is, maybe we will get that high-scoring game. The defensive side hasn't really been there from either player. They've just not really been able to get as many saves as they would hope. And another breakaway for Prism as he's going to put that one in.
Yeah, just a little pop there at mid, pops it right over Tenacity, dumps it into the back of the net. And yeah, well, Mustache, I think this answers our question here, because I don't think Tenacity is going to go quietly into the night. We're about to have a high score in game number 2 here.
Got a 7-goal scoreline, 3 minutes left in regulation. This is going to be a long game number 2. Prism's going to be able to take that. Tries to put it on target, not going to be able to get there in time. I thought he had the recovery, but just wasn't going to be able. Goes for the Doomsday. Tenacity coming in underneath him. Fantastic play to get that save. And I was talking about defensive plays needed, and that is definitely one way to get one. Prism
on the flip side did a great job of dodging that bump, Mustache.
Oh my goodness, and he gets the dunk right after. So great plays coming out of him.
Wow, the flip reset here, a little carry flip reset. Tenacity made the original save, but again, Prism, just his momentum carrying him down here, left Tenacity nowhere to play that ball, and it ends up right in the back of his own net.
A little bit of a stalled kickoff as it goes to midfield. Tenacity just trying to get a banging clear on it, seeing if he can't get it over towards the net. Prism's got all the control, he's got all the dribble, goes for the flip reset, doesn't quite connect with it. He may have got it towards the end of the drop, but it doesn't matter. He wasn't able to really recover and get his wheels on the ground. Tenacity, though, has all the time. He's just got to put this one in. Easy going for him, and he's got a 3-goal lead that he still needs to close up, but he's got a lot of time here in game number 2.
Good low 50, Prism just hits it straight into him, and it leaves Tenacity with a wide open net. So 9 goals scored between our competitors here, and Mustache said we're still over 2 minutes left in this one here, so plenty of time for Tenacity to either come back in this one or for Prism to really start running away with it more than he already has at this point. This is dangerous over his own net, but Prism in full control. Tenacity low boost will now check out back to mid. Prism, good flick as he read Tenacity turning, and it's another beautiful goal, 7-3.
Definitely feel like Prism is figuring out Tenacity's moves. He's able to kind of bait him out. He's able to get those flicks. His accuracy is a lot more on point. Prism definitely vibing in this particular game compared to what he was in game number 1. So if the game were to end now, he'd even up the series. He goes for a little bit of a stall, a little bit of a, that bump, not going to be enough, and Prism is just going to coerce that into the net. Tenacity wasn't really expecting that. And maybe he wanted to get the bump on him. I'm not sure, but unfortunate for him, to say the least.
And Mustache, I think we forgot one of the most major storylines here because we were so shocked of the fact that Tenacity played well. He just said it in the game chat. Hotel Wi-Fi sucks. He's at a bachelor's party right now playing. In the middle of this bachelor's party, he is playing in the URLC event, and I'm going to chalk it up to some lag here was the reason that last play was so awkward. But yeah, again, what a way to be playing in a URLC event.
You know, I'm curious. You're right. We forgot that little nugget of information, but Now I'm curious, what is he playing on? Is it a laptop? Is it an Xbox?
A laptop.
Is it a laptop? So is he playing on the small screen? Did he hook it up to the TV? You know, that all plays a factor in how this game is playing out. And we saw that 4-3 scoreline in game number 1. It is 8-3 now, but still Tenacity holding down the fort with that terrible hotel Wi-Fi.
They'll put away a 4th one here off the fake Musty, but might be too little too late. 4 goals, 37 seconds. Definitely possible, but I don't see Prism giving up that many kickoff goals in succession here. So just trying to grab some kind of momentum for Tenacity. And I mean, again, that's just absolutely incredible that he's playing from a hotel. The true dedication to the URLC and to his craft here. This is a big matchup for him versus Prism. Wanted the Doomsday off the sidewall, couldn't quite get it. Prism will get a bump, but it won't stop the goal, and now just 3 and 26 seconds.
I just envision the bachelor parties like probably something along the lines of like The Hangover or something, but they're just waiting. Like his buddies are like, dude, like hurry this up. We want to go. Nevertheless, good for him and good for his buddies to say, hey, go ahead and do this thing real quick. Hey, look at that. Within 17 seconds, crazier things have happened, Volts.
Wow. So this went from the realm of, I would say, like maybe 5-10% possibility comeback to I'm kind of getting on the comeback team right now. Is Tenacity would need just one more kickoff goal to really make it possible. Here he doesn't quite get it. Neutral kickoff at mid, and he's going the wrong way. Has 8 seconds to find a goal and would need at least one for a kickoff goal. He won't have the time, and valiant effort falls just short. Prism will take game number 2, and whether they choose to keep it up or Prism tries to add to the scoreline with this Musty, he will. Okay, 9-6 final score. Prism with a great shot just to add a little flair to his game 2 win.
Jeez Louise, Prism, you didn't have to do that to him, but hey, he evens up the series. We will be given a game number 3, and I expected this one to go the distance. There's no way these two players allow it to be a sweep on either side. It doesn't matter whether you're a Prism fan or a Tenacity fan, you had to expect game 3 to come out of this. So, series match point for the two of them. What can they do? Prism definitely looking much, much better here in game number 2 than in game number 1, and you can definitely see so from those stats.
Oh yeah, the stat line is ever telling here. Is Prism much better domination overall, especially in the series kickoff category. 65% total there for his kickoff advantage. He has broke out the only demos as well. Tenacity hasn't turned up the physicality. It could be that hotel Wi-Fi. Maybe he's not comfortable going for demos there, because we all know how iffy Rocket League servers can be.
Oh, and that definitely plays a factor in how he's playing. He's probably being a little bit more methodical and making sure that if he's going to go for a shot, it is pretty much on target, because it's going to be tough for him. If that internet falls down, he's not going to be able to recover himself, and it's just going to be a quick breakaway for Prism. So it definitely plays a factor. He's sitting with a 32 ping from what I can see. So I'm curious what hotel he's staying at, because it's halfway decent to me.
Decent enough to keep him competitive in this series, but now game number 3. Someone's taking a win here. Someone's coming up just short. No, it's unfortunate, because I would love for both of these guys to win, Mustache, but we know that's not a possibility.
Nope, there's always got to be a winner, and there's always got to be a loser, and right now we're about to find out who is going to be who. Series match point in a best of 3 between Tenacity and Prism. 47% of you voted for Prism to win this series. That means 53% of you have Tenacity, as well as me and Top Gun. Prism was voted upon by Volts. And Prism trying to get that first goal. He's going to be able to do so. First one on the board.
Great shot here from Prism. Did a good job of keeping tabs on Tenacity right there. You can see him go for the demo, and maybe that's why he doesn't. Again, you never know with that sketchy hotel Wi-Fi. He might just come up a little bit too short. And so Beautiful dodge and shot from Prism, and that's a 1-0 lead for him here in game number 3. But off of kickoff, Tenacity, real chance. He's got it on his hood. Wants to go with the fake Prism. Beautiful save.
And what a challenge to come out from Prism to really try to make sure that he gets that save. Tenacity still with the recovery. Got the momentum. He's just trying to pick up as many boost pads. Prism taking it back to his own half. Tenacity waiting in the wind. Ground to air dribble. Prism's got it. Tenacity not able to connect, and Prism putting the second one on the board.
Prism with a pair of touches here. Big pop. First one to settle it. Second one to finish the job. And great shot from Prism here. So first minute gone by. 2-goal lead for Prism, and Tenacity once again finds himself playing from behind, but again, still within a manageable reach of a series. That'll really get... Oh, it's just off front post.
That is unfortunate. He's got another attempt. Prism is sitting with low boost, and finally, Tenacity had nothing. So if Prism would have gotten any type of clear, Tenacity was going to be in an awkward position. So good thing that Tenacity was able... Or I'm sorry, that Prism was able to miss it and Tenacity able to clean up on it, because that could have gone bad for Tenacity fans.
Kickoff once again in favor of Prism. Straight back down, air dribble incoming, ground to air, wants the bump. Tenacity does a beautiful job of dodging it. Brilliant dodge there. He'll be able to keep that one out of the back of the net. Counter attack snuffed out though by Prism, and trying to work this one back and down. Good 50 at mid. Prism low boost, so was Tenacity, and now space and time for Prism to work with.
Gonna be enough space. Prism gonna put this one in. I thought Tenacity was gonna be able to get that save, but Prism almost given a goal. Tenacity is just awkward off that back wall and not able to get the flip needed to get the block.
Yeah, sometimes you just have a little bit too much respect for your opponent, Mustache, and I think Tenacity was expecting something spectacular there out of Prism, not a big whiff, and just gets caught there. Ooh, Prism messed up his mechanic here. Tenacity was off ceiling, so maybe it was calculated, and that's one way to slow down the mechanics of Prism.
Tenacity's got to hold down the fort. He baits out Prism. This one's got to go on target. He cannot allow this one to go off, and it does. Unfortunate. Tenacity, every chance he's given an opportunity, he's not able to capitalize, and Prism currently with the 2-goal lead. Prism just trying to bait in, or I'm sorry, Tenacity's just trying to bait in Prism. See if he can't get a goal by him. 2 minutes and 30 seconds have now elapsed. We have reached the halfway point, Volts. And Tenacity is just trying to see if he can't break down the defense that Prism has, and this may be the way to do so. No! What does he need to do to get these on target?
Tenacity all around it. He's got 8 shots and just 1 goal to show for it. That could end up being his downfall here in GC Division matchup. Tenacity trying to avoid a big goal here. He's able to leak out and grab corner. Prism wasn't quite waiting for that one, or wasn't quite ready, I should say. And this one, dangerous in front. Tenacity, though, off front post. Bumped Prism here. Prism, though, plenty of boost and a good recovery. Ooh, that's speedy as he sneaks past here, but Prism can't quite settle it in the corner. Tenacity will take it away from him.
Tenacity is able to pick up both corner boosts, so that gives him a little bit of breathing room. Prism. Flip reset coming out. Tenacity, does he get for it? Doesn't quite get the pop that he wants, and that's just going to be unfortunate as Prism still gets the save, goes for another musty. Tenacity able to get the save, but all these challenges are just constantly draining down the clock, Volts, and I'm not sure Tenacity's going to have to get something on the board here if he's going to want to make this game a winnable matchup.
Prism missed that one near post, and that'll give Tenacity some kind of hope, and, well, hope just got erased, deleted, and respawned back on his own end as Tenacity trying to close down on Prism will stop the mechanic for the time being, but Prism turning up the physicality with a good bump, and now Tenacity trying to track this one back, keep possession. Prism giving him no space. Prism good 50 on 0, and You're rewarded with mid boost. Tenacity awkward. Tenacity bumped, and Prism looks likely to just waste these last 30 seconds. He's going to try to add one to his name here. Reset. Double reset. Musty incoming. He just didn't get enough of it, and Tenacity will make the save. He's trying to put this one on, but Prism, great recovery. Is back where he needs to be. Early challenge, and Mustache might just not be enough in the tank for Tenacity.
Oh my goodness. What that is just this series in a nutshell for Tenacity. Every opportunity he's had, he's been able to put it on target, and for whatever reason it is just a few pixels off target. And it's unfortunate because he's got so many shots to his name, and this game could have gone completely different. 1 second, crazy embankments off the boards to just get a shot attempt. Otherwise, this one's going in Prism's favor.
Oh, Tenacity. Tenacity had the chance, Prism, with the half flip challenge. We're not done just yet, but now we are. And yeah, Mustache, you put it perfectly. That last shot that caught off the post for Tenacity perfectly describes how this series went in a nutshell. I mean, if we were playing how many times you could hit the post or crossbar, I mean, I think Tenacity runs away with it.
Yeah, and if you would have told me, you know, after seeing this series that he was on hotel Wi-Fi and on a laptop, I would have said no way. I mean, this was a close matchup to say the least, and it's just unfortunate that it does kind of go that way for Tenacity. He had so many different opportunities, but Prism rightfully winning out this game. He really showed up in game number 2, and he just kept that momentum going in game number 3.
Yeah, fantastic series again. Hats off for Tenacity. Playing at a bachelor party there. So we at the URLC, of course, wish a happy marriage to whatever bachelor party and the marriage that he is there for, obviously, and we appreciate him still playing in this event. I mean, what a commitment to play there. And such a great series, Mustache. It was about as even as we expected.
No, definitely. I mean, that was a thrilling matchup. Tenacity, do not hang your head. That was everything that you could do, and a big kudos to you, a big GG to Prism for the win. But yeah, Prism, he really flipped that switch in game number 2, and it really just propelled him into game number 3.
Yep, and when you have that switch and Mustache, and then of course the mechanics that Prism has, I mean, that is indeed a winning recipe. And speaking of winning recipes here, I'm not 0-2. I was confident there. I was a little shaken after game 1, but I'm still where I want to be.
Yeah, it's hard down here on the bottom. we're just gonna send it back over to get Top Gun in here and see what she has to say about this.
You know, I forgot. I know we were literally told that he was going to be at a bachelor party, and I forgot. That is actually like a huge disadvantage in ones. Something I've noticed is that in hoops, in ones, things where there's like really quick challenges and you don't really have like too much to kind of back you up like you do in maybe threes. Like let's say you have 150 ping in threes or lag or whatever it may be. It's a little bit easier to make up for that because you have other teammates, and ones specifically having high ping can be such a detriment. It can be very, very hard to overcome. I wasn't like, not saying it was the worst thing ever, but I definitely been on hotel Wi-Fi before, and it is absolutely awful. However, Prism played fantastic. His mechanics were looking so good. Tenacity with the unfortunate post hitting over and over and over. But honestly, it happens, in only a few games. Like, not every game can be your best game, and not every game can you put the ball on target every single time. Like I said, Prism played fantastic, so congratulations to him, and congratulations to those in chat that voted for him, because now you have the opportunity to win a $50 Amazon gift card.
Here is Sana McD's prize winner.